feeling, Craig?
Yeah, obviously feeling good. You know, we obviously every season strive to make the finals, so it's obviously really nice to improve on last year in terms of getting a home final. Last year we had to play away, so to be in front of our home fans, that's an improvement, but we have to make that home fans and that home advantage count.
And the form that you're bringing into finals as well, and the healthy squad that Marius just mentioned, you must feel you're really well placed to make a bit of a push at this year's time.
Yeah, I have every belief in the squad that we have, and it's great that everyone's coming back into the frame, bar only a couple players. So, yeah, really excited for the chance that we have, and we do have good form coming into the final series, but we know that Central Coast are in a good way as well, so it's going to be a tough game.
I don't know how many of these games you've played in your life, but the single game elimination, can you describe the sort of aura around that game?
Yeah, obviously finals games and cup football is different, and I think to be honest, it's the games that you strive for in your career. It's the ones you look forward to the most. Where, well, for me anyway, the pressure is there, and it's everything on the line. You know, it's do or die. So, you know, for us, we have to win this match, and what better way to have the home final in front of our home fans.
Is everything sort of magnified, the good and the bad, then in your head?
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, it's about embracing the nerves and embracing the fear that comes with these games. You know, I think, like I said, it's the games that you look forward to in your career. You know, it's the ones where you can really, let's say, make a memorable night. But we have to focus purely on what is our role and what we need to do, and hope that the rest comes.
Was your last home final here the cup final? Your break?
No, last final would have been Melbourne City, where we won 1-0 back in 18-19. So obviously last year I injured myself just before the final. So for me, that's more motivation this time round.
You've got happy memories though of cup finals here at High Marsh. What sort of lift does the Red Army give you on nights like those?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we know the atmosphere that the crowd's going to bring. So I would expect the stadium to be packed out, and I would expect the atmosphere to be probably the best it's been all season. We've had some good atmospheres this year, but we haven't had a packed out crowd as yet. We've had close, but I think this game's going to show a different level.
You've achieved a lot in your career. What would it mean to lead the team to a title?
Yeah, obviously it would be a massive highlight in my career. But first and foremost, we have to focus on this game against Central Coast, and it's one step at a time. For the last, I reckon, 5 games, I've been saying to the boys in the change room, you know, this match is a final. We have to play it and approach it like a final because everything's on the line. And our attitude has been really good, and we've had some good form. And now it is at that point. It's literally the final game, and we have to go out there and give everything we've got.
Goody, it's been talked about 2 very young teams, Central Coast and Adelaide United. What role do you play, being one of the more experienced guys during the week, to get the team ready?
Yeah, we do. We do have a young squad. I think ours is probably a little bit older than Central Coast's, and maybe that can play into our advantage. We have players that have been here last year throughout the final series and been in the final series in multiple other campaigns for that. So, you know, it is about obviously trying to mentor them and trying to help them, like I said before, embrace the nerves, because for me, nerves are a good thing. If you're nervous about it, it means you care. So you just need to be able to channel that energy and put it into the right way.
Have you got any idea how Carl's going to pick an 11 with everyone fit and healthy?
Yeah, it's obviously it's a good headache to have for him, but you know that's up to him and the staff as to who they want to play. And the good thing is we do have everyone available, and everyone's been good in training. And you know, we just have to obviously everyone who is picked. Give everything we got and know that, especially in these games, when you're on the bench, it's often a bench player that can come on and change the game and make the difference.
Do you think that just focusing on your sort of end of the pitch, we'd lock you into a left wing, and you've probably got 2 other spots to fill up there. With everyone back, I mean, 3 weeks ago you would have locked in, you know, Hiroshi and perhaps Lockie on the right, but now I mean, what happens up forward, do you think?
Yeah, again, it's obviously for the coaching staff to decide. But like I said, it's a good headache to have. We have players that are now starting to produce at the right time and the right period of the season. Cassini being back, I think, is a good addition. Hiroshi's been really good. George Blackwood's been really good. Obviously on the right side, we've had a couple players with Lockie and Bernardo fighting for that position. And it's what you want as a team going into finals, because you know that everyone is on top of their game.
What's it going to be like for the blokes who get left out, not only in the 11, but there will be some people that have played a lot of football that are probably not even in the squad this week, just purely because of how healthy you are?
Yeah, that's right. And that's about obviously the individuals and us as a group managing, expectation and the reality of it. And, that is a part of football, and sometimes people are going to miss out. But at the end of the day, we have to know that it's the whole group that's contributed to getting us to this point. So it could be that someone will miss out this week and next week they'll be in playing. So, it's up to us and up to the ones that are playing to show our absolute best. And then for the players that aren't picked, like I said, it's often these games where a substitute will decide the outcome.
Have you had a better individual season in red, do you think, Brad?
Yeah, look, across the board, I think I have matured in my play this season a lot. Obviously, with experience and with that growth, that side of my game has adapted and changed. Stats-wise, I've had some decent seasons, but I'm very happy with my form. And like I always say, if my form is helping the team, then that's the most important for me.
And talk of individual honours and all those sorts of things, I know are not as important as team honours, obviously, but when you go out on the pitch in games like this, do you now feel like you are a difference maker? Do you take that burden and responsibility upon yourself?
Yeah, I always believe when I step out on the pitch that I can make the difference for the team, and I try to help the team install that in themselves as well, because I feel it's a very strong trait and something that I think that can strike fear into the opposition when they see that every player has that confidence and belief. And we need to have that in these kind of games. It can be any one of us that can really step up and do the job. I believe in myself and my ability, and I'll be giving my everything, and obviously in this match and hopefully in the ones to come.
Can you put your finger on what that sort of belief translates to, like in actions on the pitch? Like say you get it on a wing and you look up, can you compare what your options you might consider now would be to, when you're a young player who's only just finding their feet?
Yeah, obviously it's first and foremost, it's knowing your role and knowing everything you have to do within the moment. I think that can stem from individual and experience, but also comes from the coaching. So it's obviously a high regard to the coaching that we have, that for the most part everyone knows their role. And for me, as you get more experience, you know the situations, and you just have to be able to read the game. So, I think for the most part this year we have done really well with our mentality and with that side. And I think that's something that can help us in this game.
What's it like for you? I assume you still haven't really locked in what happens next season. What's it like for you knowing that this could be your last game in red for a while? Maybe?
Yeah. Obviously, I still don't know. I'm contracted with my Saudi club, so we'll have to take that situation as it comes at the end of the season. And for me, it's about focusing on this game. And I've said in probably all my interviews this year, I want to win silverware with this club. We're in a position where we can do that, but we have to take it one game at a time. And to be in front of our home fans at Cooper Stadium, it's going to give us a real lift. And I've just got to focus on that.